How's it going, everybody? Ragiroth here. I apologize if I've kind of been really sporadic, I guess, with my, video uploads. I think it's less that my schedule's been busy, it's more so that I guess I've just kind of had a writer's block, I guess, for YouTube creators. Well, I guess tuber's block, there we go, I'm coining that term. But I wanted to make another video talking about Persona 5 Royal, or I guess just Persona 5 games coming out recently in general. So I want to do one about talking about Royal today. And the main thing I want to talk about, at least the first thing, is about the new party member / confidant, Kasumi Yoshizawa? Yeah, Yoshizawa, I think. So she's like, the red-haired girl that we've been seeing on the trailers, and then kind of the black outfit, a black school outfit, or the black, kind of leotard outfit from the Phantom Thief version of herself. So this video is basically, we're just going to talk about what we know about her so far. I guess my personal thoughts on her, like how I like her and all that, and I guess maybe some speculation I might have for her that we don't know about quite yet. So basically what we know is that her name's Kasumi Yoshizawa, is about, I think, either 15 to 16 years old, so she's probably like a first year or like second year. Her weapon that she uses as a Phantom Thief is a rapier. Her arcana, we recently found out, is La Foi, or translated to the Faith. I know we haven't really seen, I guess, kind of the English translated version, like direct in the game, but we've kind of seen it, like, kind of on our Arcana card, which says La Foi, which is the Faith. Now, basically, I think this Arcana, I don't think this Arcana has ever been used in a Persona game so far. I feel like usually with these kind of extra characters they add, they always kind of go out of the regular tarot deck. They got kind of more, I don't entirely know how it works, so I'm sorry, if I'm wrong, but they don't use the standard cards, basically, for these kind of characters that they kind of add later on. And I think many others thought she would have been the Aeon Arcana, because that's what Marie was, and she's kind of, I guess, the Marie of this game. I think that's what I guess was originally, and I guess she's kind of, I guess wasn't an extra character, she was very important, but even still, we just kind of figured Kasumi would kind of fill that role, but I guess not. They're giving her a totally brand new Arcana, and I am really happy that she's actually a full party member, unlike Marie. And I really did like Marie, but it was just kind of a shame. She didn't really, I feel like she got to do less in the story as opposed to the kind of late things you get later on in the game. Her persona, we recently have seen what it looks like. It's called Cendrillon, again, I apologize for the pronunciation, which is apparently the French name for Cinderella. Her Japanese voice actress is, apologize again for the butchering, Sora Amamiya, and her English voice actress, at least what it sounds like, is Laura Post. And by the way, I am taking some of this stuff from Persona 5 Wiki. It's not that I, don't know it myself, it's just kind of easy reminder for myself. So basically, I guess in terms of her character, she's very cheerful, elegant, and she seemed kind of, I guess, quirky and goofy too. And apparently she had received a scholarship for Shujin Academy. She really admires Joker and his friends. Apparently there's this kind of thing with her saying, like, she's had help in the past and she kind of wants to, do things herself. And I think that might be kind of a Cinderella reference in itself. As, for those familiar with Cinderella or not familiar with Cinderella, she's gotten help from, like, fairy godmother and I guess, the rats and stuff, to kind of go to her dream ball and all that. So I guess, Kasumi kind of feels a similar way, which I think is an interesting parallel. So, and one thing I do think is cool is I don't love her persona, the actual persona, not her personality. It is cool though. It's very girly looking, but I really do appreciate that it kind of has like glass legs, kind of like as a reference to glass slippers for Cinderella. I think that's really cool and really clever. Apparently her confidant only has 5 ranks as opposed to like the 10 that I think all the other confidants have, which is weird. I don't know if that's just because she's kind of an extra character or what. It's kind of a shame she doesn't have 10, but I guess I understand. This isn't, isn't like the full original Persona 5. This is kind of extra stuff. One weird thing is, now that we've seen kind of the English dub trailer, we've seen that she says something about like kind of being the one to, I guess, crush that dream or something, and
I'm responsible for crushing that dream.
With some of the things we've seen in the game, like possibly Human Morgana, Futaba talking with her mom, it's possible that maybe a lot of this stuff in the game is like kind of made up or created, like kind of, fulfilling the dreams of certain characters, you know, Futaba being, you know, with her mom, and Morgana being human for starters. And I think we've even seen An talking more to Shiho, and Shiho's not all like bandaged up, you know, we usually see her in Persona 5, so maybe, you know, An is, you know, maybe An is able to spend more time with Shiho as she's, you know, gotten over what happened with Kamoshida and all that. And now for what we've seen, I think, and heard about what Cendrillon can do, like, you know, what her element is and all that, apparently she uses bless skills and I think physical skills. So now we finally have, I guess, I want to say at least a permanent party member that has bless skills. So now all we kind of need is a permanent party member that uses curse skills. And of course that's not counting, you know, our Joker with Arsene, because as awesome as Arsene is, it's not really some persona that can kind of carry him through the whole game. And even though Joker's ultimate persona, I'm pretty sure his curse skills as well, that's a new game plus thing exclusive, not the thing you can just kind of go through the game and have from the get-go, or at least when you get it. A couple other things I wanted to say about Kasumi is, first of all, I noticed that her sword is a rapier. Her gun is like, I think, some kind of rifle or sawn-off shotgun. I'm not really sure what the hell it is. It's interesting though, I guess, regardless. I guess it's closer to like a shotgun in terms of function. Yeah, there's been a lot of, I guess, wild speculation about what Kasumi is. I guess first, before I get into that, I'm going to talk about what I think about her so far. I really like her. I really like her design. She just seems like, she seems fun and, you know, interesting. I like that she's kind of quirky. I feel like that's kind of like, we now kind of have a female equivalent to Yusuke. So kind of another character maybe he could kind of bounce off a bit more instead of just being kind of mocked by Futaba. And it is interesting because she's kind of, I guess, an artist in a way as well, but kind of in a different craft. She's more like dancer, gymnast, as opposed to, I guess, drawing, painting, writing, and all that. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's weird, and she almost feels like, at least design-wise, she kind of feels like the Persona 5 version of Minako, or the Persona 3 portable female protagonist, even though she's kind of like the red hair, the black outfit. I want to say maybe the personality as well. But yeah, she's basically, I guess, kind of the new extra female character this game is adding, kind of like Persona 3 Portable, I guess, did, or Persona 3, I guess, maybe did with Metis, if you want to count her, and Persona 3 Portable did with Minako, and then, you know, Persona 4 Golden did with Marie. I feel like Marie was a little more divisive. You know, I feel like there's people that don't like her, there's people that, you know, did really like her. I really liked her. Like I said, I just kind of wish she got to be a full party member as opposed to just sort of like this extra character that kind of wound up being this foreshadowing of things to come. And then I guess the only things I guess I kind of didn't like about her was I feel like she was kind of stepping on, I guess, Mitsuru's territory a little bit with, I guess, her design and weapon. Mitsuru from Persona 3, but I guess I was worried. I'm like, oh god, I hope she doesn't use ice, but thankfully it doesn't seem to be the case. And even so, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. I really like Mitsuru, so having a character kind of like her in Persona 5 isn't that really big of a deal. And I was also really kind of hoping if they did add a new party member, they would use a scythe, but I guess that doesn't really fit Kasumi's personality. I feel like that's probably not going to be a thing until they finally make another party member that has the Death Arcana. I think that hasn't happened since like Persona 2, before the series really exploded. Now for some speculation with her, as I said, like, you know, we've seen the thing where, you know, she says that she crushed that dream or something like that, and, you know, it could mean that maybe some characters seem to actually get what they want, or, you know, that's at least what they say, or so what they think. Now, I've seen also some other people kind of think that she's going to be kind of a traitor, and I could be entirely wrong. I don't see that happening, because first of all, like, well, the game already kind of does that with character. I don't think they're going to do that again. I think if anything, maybe Kasumi is going to be a character that, like, she does do really bad things, but it's not on purpose. She doesn't mean to hurt anyone. She'll be kind of, I guess, a reluctant villain or something like that. Or, like, maybe at some point in the game you do fight her. But then, you know, I feel like the game will end with her on a good note. You know, I don't know if she'll, like, die, or I don't think that. I don't think that'll be the case. But I feel like the game will, you know, it's not going to make you want to dislike her or anything like that. I think it'll just be kind of a situation with Marie where it's like she's kind of sent, or, you know, supposed to be able to do bad things, but she doesn't actually act on those on her own will, at least. You know, another big thing people have been speculating is exactly what point in the game you get her. There's things to suggest that you get her early, and there's things to suggest that you get her late. I think the things that are suggested early is that, you know, when we've seen her fight and get her persona, the only other party members are Joker and Morgana. So you kind of think that if it's just, you know, the only other party member we have is Morgana, it's probably not that late to get her. But then again, it's some of the skills you see her use are pretty high level skills. So it's like, why would we be using those if it's early in the game? Those are kind of things we're not super sure on. I guess the other thing kind of also that's up in the air about kind of what point in the game you get Kasumi. It's I think Morgana and Joker's health are, I think they're kind of high. You know, for like, I guess an early point in the game. I forget exactly what was kind of the lower health numbers you started with, but I feel like it was maybe at least kind of high. I'm gonna speculate. I think the safest kind of estimation is probably you probably get her not like kind of the very start of the game. You probably get her like maybe after like Morgana, Ryuji, and maybe Yusuke. I'm gonna say probably after Yusuke at the latest. I think also because they're making such a big deal out of her, I don't think they'd push her off to such late game status. I think it'd be kind of annoying if they did that. It's like, you know, I know they're adding a lot of new stuff to the game, but she is one of the biggest new things, and it would kind of suck if like one of the biggest new things is like super late in the game when it's like, you know, you're kind of bored from some of the older stuff. But I don't think it's gonna happen in this game. They've been showing a tons of new stuff. Another thing is, now with the Ryuji trailer they recently showed, we now know that there's gonna be third tier personas, which has never happened before. I'm really surprised this game is even doing that. I figured that would be like, it'd be like a Persona 6 thing, which it's really cool they're doing that. Now, do I think that Kasumi will get a second or third tier persona? Third tier, probably not. I kind of think that's just going to be for like kind of the main original Persona 5 party members. Second tier though, I think that's possible. I think it's possible, not guaranteed, because the 5 Confidant ranks kind of make me a little iffy, but I think it's possible. And if I were to wager a guess what, I guess, mythological character that would be, if we're going off of the female tricksters that haven't been used yet, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. I'm going to say it'll either be Eris, Fraus, Laverna, or if they stick with, I guess, the French thing, it could be, I'm definitely butchering this, La Dame 𝑷𝒆𝒓𝒔𝒂, I don't know. Especially because I think it does mention something about, you know, someone that you must dance with a few rounds to like be able to pass or something. You know, Cinderella, you know, Ball, she's a dancer, gymnast. I think it's a possibility. I don't think they would call her that. They'd probably shorten the name. So that's, I think, a few speculation things I have for Kasumi. That's really all I can think of. I do think she is definitely going to have some tie to this new extra semester they're adding. I have a theory regarding that I can't really think of with Kasumi, but I want to talk about it in another video that I'm going to release later. So I think that's about it. I think I basically covered everything with Kasumi that I can think of, everything that we know so far, you know, my personal thoughts on her. I really like her. I'm definitely going to use her a lot. I mean, even if I didn't really like her, I'd probably use her a good ton just because it's like she's new, but I'm definitely, no question about it now. I'm looking forward to get more information on her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know how you like her so far, what you think will happen with her, if there's anything I missed you want to clarify, or any theories you might have. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to check out my friend Mark Yoon in the description below. And as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.